are wrong, it is a big line. I hold Martina, and out we start to jump. She ball, baila, me, and I love the way you dance.
On December 3rd and 4th, Tobago will experience something new for Tobago Day. The Scarborough Heritage Bus Tours featuring live reenactments at key historical sites across the capital. Produced by the Tobago Performing Arts Company, these tours blend performance, heritage and education, helping Tobagonians reconnect with the stories that shaped the island's identity. As Tobago marks a week of recognition under the theme One Tobago, One People, One Destiny, TPAC's work on this project highlights the importance of honoring our past while inspiring our future. And joining us this morning to share a little bit more is Prima, CEO of the Tobago Performing Arts Company, and Keishaun Julien, music coordinator of the Tobago Performing Arts Company. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome back to the show.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure to have both of you with us this morning, hoping that your morning has started off well. And we're very excited about this conversation because, yes, we've had similar ones to this before, but something different with a twist. Ideally, though, we are going to have some viewers who may be new to the celebration. So in light of that, Jared, can you share with us exactly what Tobago Day is?
All right. So Tobago Day, of course, the brainchild of the Tobago House of Assembly. It's a celebration of us. It's essentially a week of activities, and it is a number of things. You have sports, you have entertainment, you have prayer, you have debates and competitions, all celebrating what makes us unique as Tobagoans.
And definitely something that is enjoyed and lauded as some people, they go across, they like to take their little runaway. And what better way to run away than to enjoy such a wonderful day, I should say. In fact, week, month, everything in between.
It's a week of activities.
Keishaun, bringing you into the conversation this morning. This is the first time that the Scarborough Heritage Bus Tours are going to be included in the Tobago Day celebrations. What is the idea behind this new experience? And of course, Jared, I'm sure you have some contributions as well. So both of you, please.
Right. So the idea behind this Scarborough Heritage Bus Tour is really and truly to help Tobagonians reconnect with some of the older stories that we would have been told by some of the elders, but also to see Scarborough through a new lens and really help to understand the historical significance of some of the sites and locations in and around Scarborough.
So one of the things, of course, Keishaun, there you would have mentioned would have been some of the sites in Scarborough, particularly. In light of that, and including that, what can the audience experience on the tour days? What are we going to learn or see? Is there anything in particular that stands out? Jared?
Sure. So for us, honestly, it's just that trip, that nostalgic trip. So while there are the key things that will stand out, it's really also about the characters. Mm-hmm. You're going to see characters you've heard of, like the very infamous Serene, who would pick up 25 cents, or the Sofoot Sam. He's a character we know from the Tobago space, But we're also going to go to key areas like Kingswell, which is a very small nook that you might think is just a hidden corner, but it holds a treasure trove of history about hidden water wells and tunnels that go all the way through Scarborough. So there are unique stories to be told. And of course, TPAC will be doing a full, well, I would say full, but it's a mini musical production, bringing the history and the purpose and the intent of the Scarborough market to the audience.
Now, Jared, before we get into some details, especially as you mentioned the musical production, we know a lot of research would have gone into this, but something particularly would have been the storytelling, which, of course, TPAC, no stranger to storytelling. However, how were you able to approach bringing these stories to life while remaining engaging, but also respectful?
Well, that's what the craft allows us to do, and that's why we continue to be the standard bearers. Because our work is steeped in research. It's definitely steeped in respect. And I love the word you use, because these are real people who have existed. So although you may see someone physicalizing the Sofoot Sam is a storyteller. And Sofoot Sam will be on the bus. telling people the stories of Scarborough. So we have to treat with the character as our actors are taught, with respect, with humility, and really dive into the purpose of this, which is to shape the stories of our space. And of course, with the Scarborough, with the markets, we went into history and we got a lot of insight from some of our elders, particularly Dr. Rita Pemberton. We thank her for that, giving us true insights into how we could shape a story that takes us from enslavement and we're going forward. And we saw a thread that really still speaks to us searching for the Tobago identity. Some may say self-determination. I want to say identity.
Yeah. Understood completely. And Keishaun, in light of what Jared was said, as you speak about the deep research and consulting with individuals, of course, to really get that truth and be able to deliver to the public, what was it like conducting research from your perspective, of course, specifically as music coordinator? How did that go?
Right. So in terms of research, so as Jared said, we spoke to several different individuals to base our reenactments on facts, because it is very important that we tell real stories. And some of the persons we would have chatted with, that would have been Dr. Rita Pemberton, who is a historian, and she had a lot to share, a lot of interesting stories about Tobago, even like in terms of how the bus used to operate. And sometimes like when you're traveling from one location to another location, how interesting and fun that could be. It could be an adventure. And also, we also chatted with Alan Granville. That is a stalwart in Tobago. He grew up in Scarborough, and he was able to share a lot of insight about his experience growing up in Scarborough and how interesting all these different characters would be. And when you really look at it, Scarborough and Tobago is really a theater. And for this production, you'll just be seeing moving theater with this Scarborough Heritage Bus Tour. So it's definitely something that you don't want to miss, and it would be a very unique experience. So we look forward to people coming out and experience it.
And definitely, I mean, as you mentioned, that moving theatre and a moment in time, and it's going to be so memorable for everybody, I'm sure, who is involved, and of course, those who are going to be able to come and really take in the experience. Jared, I'm going to start with you. What are you hoping people who come out to view this and experience it are going to take away from the reenactment?
I am hoping for a call to action. That's the way I'm going to phrase that. Because it's really important for us as Tobagonians to be reignited in this mission to preserve who we are, to celebrate who we are, and to be one movement in terms of us formulating our identity in this Twin Island nation, right? It's important for us. And I mean, we had conversations and different experiences in the past with other stakeholders in Trinidad who are actually ready now. Let's go beyond the and. That's the conversation. But even if we go beyond the and, Tobago must be rooted and must stand. So we are hoping for the audience to come, of course, be entertained, be wowed by what TPAC does, because we're doing some very interesting things using folklore and using our cultural forms, And we want a call to action. People feel revitalized as Tobagonians and are ready to take that step towards, let's move together and shape our identity together.
Okay, Jared, so I know my interest would have been piqued before for numerous reasons. You piqued my interest even more, which means there are some surprises that are going to happen. Unfortunately, though, we have just 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Keishaun, I would love to hear from you what you're hoping those who are able to participate and view are going to take away from this reenactment. And then, gentlemen, we have to get to all the practical information as to how we can be a part of it. So, Keishaun?
Yes, so I hope that people can come out and learn about the history and heritage of Scarborough and really be a part of the experience, because it is going to be a very fun and unique experience. You're not just going to sit down on the bus and it's just going to be something boring. It's something that you're going to be interacting with. So I really hope that people come out and support this, and hopefully that we can grow from here onwards.
Great. And in light of that, Jared, how can we support and be a part of this?
All you have to do is show up. So we have 2 tours, 10 a.m., 1 p.m. Be at the boardwalk in Scarborough. Walk with your dollar, because it's $1 to buy your ticket, your bus ticket. Walk with a 25 cents, because you have to buy a 25 cents more. When we say sing, sing. When we say chant, chant. And when we say dance, dance. That's it. 3 and 4, 2 days of a tour.
That is what we are talking about, and this is why we continue to see TPAC blaze an absolute trail. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure to have you, and I know before the end of the year we're going to be talking again. Have a great day.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
The Scarborough Heritage Bus Tour is happening. You do not want to miss it. It's on the 3rd and the 4th of December. Go onto all the social media channels for TPAC, for Tobago Festival to get more information, and stay tuned because there's more coming up after this break.
I don't know. Where will we go? You know I can't see nothing, eh?
We need audio check, right? Upstairs, get on handheld free.
Huh?
Can you sing first a line? Go ahead and sing first, please.
Thank you.